One day, I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. Again I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tide and made my pains his prey. Vain man, said she, that dost in vain essay a mortal thing so to immortalize. For I myself shall like to this decay, and eke my name be wiped out likewise. Not so, quoth I. Let baser things devise to die in dust, but you shall live by fame. My verse your virtues rare shall eternize, and in the heavens write your glorious name, where, when as death shall all the world subdue, our love shall live, and later life renew.
Edmund Spenser is regarded as one of the most influential English poets in history. His creation of the Spenserian stanza, which he devised for his poem, The Faerie Queen, is also used in his poem Sonnet 75. This stanza consists of 3 interlocked quatrains and a couplet with an ABAB, BC, CD, EE rhyme scheme. Sonnet 75, sometimes referred to as Amoretti 75, comes from a series of 89 sonnets named Amoretti. Published in 1595, Edmund Spenser presents his courtship and marriage to his second wife, Elizabeth Boyle, who at the time was only 19 years old, with Edmund Spenser being in his middle 40s. In Sonnet 75, the themes of immortality and love are clear. Edmund Spenser spends the poem describing his efforts to preserve his true love, specifically in the first 4 lines. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. Again I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tide and made my pains his prey. Edmund Spenser shows his dedication to strive for what he wants, which is true love, but he was never able to accomplish what he was striving for, despite how hard he worked for it. He was able to marry Elizabeth, but I think he understood that it was not true love, which makes sense considering the fact that Elizabeth was not sure to love Edmund Spenser because of the age gap. Edmund Spenser makes the use of several literary devices in his poem to express his feelings to Elizabeth. Some of these include alliteration and metaphor. Alliteration is involved with the repetition of sounds and words. For example, pains and prey in the 4th line, and verse and virtues in line 11. And in the first lines of the poem, Edmund Spenser introduces a metaphor that uses the image of a wave washing away his writing on the beach. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. Again I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tide and made my pains his prey. This metaphor is used to represent the way that Edmund Spenser labors over his love, but is continually rejected by Elizabeth. Edmund Spenser was a master of his art. Using his own unique style, Edmund Spenser was able to inspire future writings and writers, and will continue to for years to come.